Joining me on Terror Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of February 2017, and this will be for the sign of Leo. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what energies you're working with for the month. Okay, what you have in the middle is the Queen of Swords in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the upright. So the Queen of Cups, if you're single, the Queen of Swords. Sorry about that. If you're single, this could be you having this energy, or you meeting somebody, you meeting a female that usually she's very authoritative, but she may be or he may be a person that's using their words very negatively. They come off nasty, they come off cruel. So when you meeting this person may come gives a first impression like they're cruel, or they don't know how to use their words to um make themselves look more attractive for somebody to be in a relationship with. Or you could be saying words like that people is looking at you as like, okay, you say some weird stuff, they rather not be in a relationship with you because your words is coming off very harsh, or it's coming off very one-sided, or it's coming off very negative about being in a relationship with somebody. So you could be casting that light, or somebody can be you can be thinking somebody is casting that light on themselves when you meet them. The second card you have shows is the Knight of Cups. So it might be two people that you may be dealing with for the month. If you're single, the second person you could be dealing with is a Knight of Cups. A Knight of Cups is a person that is first to go out on battle, and they use their emotions to get what they want. They very controlled over their emotions. They know how to use it in their best advantage to bring people to them, and they come from a different style of heart space, and maybe a different type of heart space that you're not used to, or people could be seeing that in you, even though you may be um, presenting yourself at one time using your words wrong, but you could present yourself also at different times in the month to other people that that you have a certain heart or caring, nurturing quality about yourself. Or you could see that in another person if you're single looking for somebody. If you already coupled up with somebody, it's showing that as you being joined up with somebody already, they could be flying from a mental standpoint to an emotional standpoint. Their emotions is waving in and out at times. At times they can show they have more control over their emotions at times when you deal with them and want to bring up certain situations when it's concerning about your relationship. Sometimes they can look at it from a heart space and not look at it from a mind space, or sometimes they'll just be come off very cold when their reaction, or they want to talk about it, or they'll be kind of standoffish, or put a wall, or have a negative connotation or comment when it comes to different aspects of your life. And it could be from not really something that's in the relationship. It can be coming from different sources outside the relationship, or outside of different facets that you will bring into your relationship to try to make it better or negative or whatever. It's just that you're showing with the two people in here that your companion could be flying in and out of emotions in different pockets of the month. What you have underneath you is the Ten of Cups upright. Ten of Cups upright is a card of you being emotionally satisfied, and it's showing that if you're single, you could be emotionally satisfied at with the status that you is. If you is trying to have a relationship, you show that you're emotionally confident in yourself, that when you go and meet people, they can see you're confident about yourself and that you are emotionally together, and you have great heart when it comes to dealing with them and wanting to be in a relationship with them. This shows that no matter how they coming at you, you will always check with your heart first before you make a final decision when it comes to adopting this person into your personal sphere for a relationship. And you can be displaying that, or you can be finding somebody with that they really have a big open heart, and that can be a levitation that you are liking during the time in February. If you already in an established relationship, even though your companion's emotions could be flying in and out during the month, it's showing no matter what, as a relationship, you will your heart is confident that this has nothing to personally do with you. It's saying that you know that your relationship is solid and it's been built on the right combinations, and you know that it's love there and contentment with the love is there. And it's saying that you're judging how your companion is acting based on heart space and based on how many years you've been with the person, so you know the difference between if this person is really acting crazy in the relationship, or is something else that is affecting their emotions, and you're confident in your emotions about your relationship. You and your companion have that bond that you're both totally into each other like that, and it's just you're going through these weird emotions through the you or your companion is going through these weird emotions through the month of February. What you have in the past is that you had the world. So basically, if you're single, what it's showing me is that with the world, it usually brings change. That means you've been going through a period when it comes to finding a one-on-one relationship with somebody, that you've been kind of do things to change your personal atmosphere of bringing somebody in. You could be changing your mannerisms, or how you talking to people, or how you allowing other people to talk to you, and it's bringing a certain kind of change of how you deal with different type of people, and what you will pick and choose to bring into your personal sphere for a relationship, because you know once you bring that person in, it's going to make a catastrophic change to your personal space, and you will have to adopt with it. So people is seeing that, and you're being very decisive of what you bring it in, because you know what you going to bring in is going to make a change in your how you operate from a single to a couple, and you know it's going to make a dramatic change or a sudden change to your world, that you may have to operate a little bit different. And I think it's more of you come to an understanding that once you do that, the way you are doing stuff now will have to go out the window. And I think you came to a acceptance of that, because you know that's the sacrifice you need to make when you want to bring in a relationship in your personal sphere. If that's when you're single. If you're already in a couple, what it's showing is that your relationship has evolved. It evolves from one period to another, and you've been rolling with the punches with it. That you and your companion has been, no matter how many years you've been together or tied together, it has been changing, and it has been changing for both of you. And it's showing that these changes that's been happening in your relationship have been positive. There was no negative drawbacks of it. It's just that it's been evolving into something else. Sometimes people can't handle change when it comes to a relationship. It starts out one way, then it starts revolving based on everything on the outside, or how people age, or how old theories come up, or how old ways they used to be come up in a relationship, but it's saying that as you as a couple have been rolling with those changes, as it keeps changing, you're both as a couple is changing to fit those dynamics that's changing in your relationship. What you have above you is the Queen of Coins upright. So if you're single, you could be meeting a king or a queen of Pentacles, and it's showing that they're a person that is very grounded. They are grounded for themselves financially, and they are very independent, and they don't need to get in a relationship to find a financial security. You may be displaying that to somebody, or you could be meeting this Queen of Pentacles that they looking at you, or you looking at them, that they are financially stable. So if you brought them in a relationship, that's one burden that you don't have to worry about. Is, do this person have to come back to me once we get in a relationship, asking for stuff, begging for stuff, that they can't hold their own weight. But you may meet somebody that know how to handle their own weight and know how to carry their own burdens, their physical burdens they invented for themselves, without throwing it on whoever they're in a relationship with. If you already coupled up with somebody, is showing that during the month, during all these wavy feelings, that both of you as a couple is solid on your financial picture. It says that both of y'all have worked together to put yourself on a certain status, that one article of having something financial will ruin your relationship. It's something that is not the main focus of your relationship, of anything that is financial, to let financial to interfere with your relationship, because sometimes finances do interfere with people's relationship. But it shows that you as a couple both built enough stable ground that that is not the key point of a problem in your relationship. The last card you have is the Five of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands in reverse. If you're single, you may have had a couple, been coupled up with people in the past, or been in a relationship in the past, that you was into people. Everybody you got was argumentative over something. They like the little childish fights, or they had to put their point out there before yours, and you got to a point to have this complete happiness within yourself. Maybe one of the decisions you made, if you're single looking for somebody, is not to bring a person in that always want to throw some shade on your shine, or want to bring up little arguments to you and make a little disruption in your relationship over petty stuff. You may have came to the decision to stop that. Maybe the person you met is coming out of that period for themselves, that they're tired of dealing with argumentative people, and they see you as more better, as an emotional stability for them, that they don't want to deal with the argumentation, because they could have got out of a relationship from the past that they was arguing with somebody, and it brought them emotional turmoil over these little knick-knack arguments. So they looking for somebody else, or you're looking for somebody else that don't have the qualities of always wanting to argue about stuff. If you already coupled up with somebody, what it's saying is you ended the period that y'all stopped bickering and fighting over small little stuff that didn't have a concern or played a big key part in your relationship or your union with somebody. You decided as a couple not to bring up small petty arguments in your relationship if it didn't have a real financial or physical outcome to it. Was it, the argument was not going to really make a change of how y'all operate or deal with each other. So y'all may have made a decision as a couple to stop arguing for for small battles that don't have no big outcomes when it comes to your relationship to make it better for both of y'all. It was no need to be arguing over small stuff if it was not going to benefit both of y'all at the same time, and you both came to that decision to stop bringing that type of pattern into your relationship. So let me go ahead and get one astrology card to see what sign this will play out with the most if you're single or married with. Aquarius. So if the person has an Aquarius sun, moon, and rising, this could be playing out more if you're single, Leo meeting an Aquarius, or if you are a Leo married to an Aquarius, that this person, this Aquarius, definitely is one of those people that don't like arguing about nothing. They don't really like arguing about nothing. And they analyze it to the point, if it don't have no benefit, they will drop it. It'll be like, okay, it's unnecessary for me to say something about it, whatever, you know. So that person could be coming at you with that attitude, or you're bringing that attitude towards them if it's a person looking for you to be in a relationship with. So let me go ahead and get a card to see what this Aquarius chakra is acting like when you come across them, or if you're already coupled up with them. See what it's gonna see what it's gonna be. See what. Okay, you got workaholic. So basically, it's saying is if you meeting this Aquarius, this person may be a workaholic and maybe don't have time for the argumentation. Maybe you are a workaholic when you meet this person and you don't have time for the argumentations. If it don't have a benefit, you're not arguing about it. Uh, uh, the the workaholic means also that I'm getting the feeling is that if you meet this person will take enough time to build a relationship. If they will put in the effort and the time to see where it goes, and usually Aquarius will take the time and put it up in there until you do something that they don't like. And if you do something they don't like, that's when they will cut it out and cut it loose and let it go. But until then, if you're meeting this Aquarius, they will always be working on the relationship to see, but you have to remember they're going to come from it from a mental level to keep trying to analyze it and working on it. They're going to always digest the information that you're bringing to them mentally before they will put an action out. And if you already coupled up with this Aquarius, they could be doing that. You bringing something to them, they sitting back and keep analyzing it, and they working the scenario so much in their mind before they execute a plan. So, or they getting buried in the work. If you trying to build some foundation for yourself, they may be buried into their work to make sure no matter what goes off, you both are financially grounded no matter how the chips is falling. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.